Alright, we back with full auto Soprano. This season, I'm slightly unhappy with B-side as they have raised the min score for the boss back to 9k. I'm guessing that it's only when the boss is new that they lower the minimum score needed by half. No normal mode this time. But B-side did do some good. They revamped the new player experience and added more units to the selectors. I will start including these units and their rearms in my free-to-play teams and start calling the teams budget teams. With that being said, I don't have a free-to-play team this time. This boss has too high of stats to do this with free-to-play characters. I did, however, try to limit what I use for the budget team, so let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so our whole goal here is to make the boss unable to play the game. This boss is immune to a lot of things, but is not immune to attack speed down, so we are going to abuse that maliciously. Now, we go ahead and start that off with Laura, which actually gives enough time for Ahilde to get her special in, so she's not knocked back, which actually protects a lot of your team here. Now, Regina comes out and slowly walks towards the boss, but that's quite alright because by the time she makes it to the boss, her shield's actually gone and she goes into phase 2 just fine. After that, Chinatsu's going to be deployed. Honestly, she's not really here for the healing all too much. She's more here for the attack buff that she gives. Now, again, S18, well, I say again, but S18 is here making another guest appearance after a full long year. He's going to be, or she, it's 2024, going to be slowing the attack of the boss as well, along with Laura and Regina here. And then we have Dash reducing this boss's defense as well as its evasion whenever she ulties. And then Soyun. Soyun gets to come in and do another death break as well. Now, Eseki does a fine job. Does, I wouldn't say okay damage, but it comes with a shield, which is really helpful for survivability and synergizes really well with this team. But you'll probably hear me repeat this. It's replaceable by a lot of different snipers in the game. It's a farmable character. You could farm it and get it and beam along with me here, but honestly, I'd skip this unit 100% all the time. I'm just not using Xiaolin because I am honestly tired of watching my level 100 Xiaolin die to this boss. And it's only on this knockback right here that she just absolutely gets destroyed. Now, you could run her and just redeploy her, but unfortunately on auto she won't redeploy. But as you can see, this boss has yet to phase, and we've passed the point where she's supposed to phase. She is taking forever, her sweet time, trying to actually phase, but she just doesn't get to play the game. This is RTA in DC here. So with that, we go ahead and just blow the boss away, get a nice little 9k score, which gives us the minimum, barely. Regina taking top DPS here. And then, funny enough, the Elite Wardens is what takes second. The ship's snipers take second. Alright, so gear for this team. We are running Laura on full CDR tank. Now, granted, she doesn't really need this. Full tank is fine. The CDR is a bonus, but it really doesn't change much. Ahilde, we're running on full CDR and tag because we want her spamming shields as much as possible. Regina, you want your best gear on. You live or die by this character. She needs to be outputting as much DPS as possible. She's going to be your main carry. Now, I have Britta on her. That's probably going to be the best set, to be honest, but anything that just has anti-ground damage and any other type of latent or subset that helps. Chinatsu we have on the replica Gordia set. It's 67% haste, free to play. Works just fine for this. S18, now S18 is an interesting unit. It syncs really well with this team with the minus 25% attack. Now I have him on full damage, but honestly, you could replace this character with basically any other sniper in the game. The only reason why I'm not using Zhao Lin is because my Zhao Lin's only level 100 and she kept dying. So, but I do believe if I won Tinder, she'd actually be able to live. Now, Dash is here to be cute and shred evasion as well as the boss's defense. I just have her on whatever gear I can afford for res, to be honest, but she could probably go full damage as well. Tarask, because of past experience of Tarask always dying, no matter what gear I put it on, unless it's tank gear, I put Tarask on tank gear. You could try damage. By the time it deploys, it probably would be safe, but I just went with tank. Same for Soyun. She always seems to die, so I went ahead and threw her on tank as well. For the operator, I'm running Kim Hana. The side skill does absolutely nothing, but we, might as well get the +1 DP. And then for Tempest, I have the same ship as usual with the counter latents and the sniper latent. Alright, mods being used for this run, we're going on 58%. We got the minus 10% attack, minus 50% HP, minus 40% skill haste, minus 40% A speed. We don't touch the boss's HP. We increase the boss's attack by plus 50 because let's be real, what's killing a Hilde? And we don't touch the deployment resources because we're running multiple 4 awakens. Let's replace some of those units with actual good units. Well, to be fair, all those units are good. They're just not particularly the best to use on this boss. But we're going to be doing the same thing. Unfortunately, this time, because we are taking minus 40% A speed, Hilda gets knocked back. But it's fine, because she just kind of chills back there. Tempest throws a shield down, so we don't have to worry about the boss just DPSing our entire team down. And Regina again comes out and walks just about as slow as this boss can attack. But it all works out in the end. We lose our shield, which is great. We can start DPSing as soon as we get to the boss. Now, Laura's gonna die here, but before she does, she goes ahead and gives the boss a farewell package of a, little kitty. That's gonna slow the boss's attack down. And we're just gonna stack even more attack. And then we got Aegea for our wonderful shields and buff. Now, granted, in this entire fight, every time I saw Aegea ulti, I kind of, I shed a tear because whenever she ultis, it's always 10% attack. But even with the circle being rebuffed, that's still 50% attack to your team. So, or at least those that are in the circle, which is Regina. Kurian will eventually get into the circle, but until then, he just kind of gets a 10% attack, which is, that's fine. Now, we have Agnes here for more Death Shred. And then we have Little and Lonely coming up, because this boss is a CO. That's a 40% death break. And we have her on full CDR because, why not? She's safe. She's not really taking much damage. Even if she does, she'll recover and walk back to the boss and get healed up, and then probably never take damage again, because we are not letting this boss play. Now, Kurian getting his ulti in, be careful if you're running any latents on, any melee latents or range latents, because that ulti is just weird. Since it actually does damage in melee range, which is odd. So try to avoid those two latents if you can. Range latents are probably more preferred because only the ulti melee. And then, of course, the boss tries to knock back everybody, but we're using 3. If you don't include those little wardens right there, 3 knockback immune units. And then, of course, everybody just kind of comes up. We get a bunch of buffs out. Yeah, that wonderful 10% attack, yay. But it's okay, because we're just going to blow the boss up anyways. Oh, hey, so you got the ulti. That's neat. Rarely get to see that. Now on this, Regina still takes first place, but Kurian is rather close behind. So gear for this team. We're running Laura on full CDR tank. Now granted, HP might make her live, but honestly, I don't think she needs to live for this. Once Regina sits there and starts doing what she does, everything works out. I got Hilde on full damage CDR gear, because why not? Regina I have on attack with as much damage subs or latents as I can get. Zengia I have on full CDR, just Omega CDR here. Honestly, I think I should probably slow her down a bit, because her ultis are just really mistimed with her special. So Kurian, just full damage. Go nuts. Same with Agnes. We're just going range Britta damage here. Lonely, we actually can go full CDR, no tank stats, because by the time she comes out, the boss can't do anything. Soyun I have on tank just because she actually can probably die. Like, she dies to a light breeze, so might as well just put her on full tank. I'm using Kim Hana because we need all the DP that we can get, attack speed because that's the DC choice. And then for Tempest, I'm running what I got, but we got a lot of counter damage here and some sniper damage as well. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope this helps you get the minimum score. Since the teams are so similar this time, you can mix and match most of the units and adjust the mods to get the score you're looking for. But keep in mind, you need to have Laura, Ehilde, and Regina in the team as they are core. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're feeling extra special, you can join the Mage Army by clicking the join button. You can catch me on Discord, link will be in the description. And if you want to help support this channel, you can find a link for that in the description as well. As always, I will see you all next time.